Good morning, advancers. Good to see everybody on the call this morning. Happy Wednesday. And I'm glad you have all arrived here. We see you in the chat. And we're excited for today. We got an exciting program for today. But as always, we want to turn our hearts and minds towards Christ. This is our opportunity now to center our hearts, to reflect on the goodness of God in the land of the living. He woke you up this morning, and we're glad about it. We're going to rejoice this morning. We're going to celebrate. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to acknowledge God in all of our ways. We do that through the prayer and devotion, where we get an opportunity to hear from the Lord and hear from his word. This morning, I want to bring to the stage Dr. Denise, as she's going to deliver this morning's devotion. How you doing, Dr. Denise?
I'm doing well, and you?
I'm doing well.
Good. I'm glad you decided to show up this morning.
I am too. Yeah, but we're going to turn the platform over to you.
Awesome.
You can begin.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm really excited to be back. I missed you guys yesterday. So let's jump into this word this morning. So this morning, we're going to be looking at, can I stand when opposition tries to wear me out? Can I stand when opposition tries to wear me out? And I kind of thought about this. Sunday, our message was about going to the next season and signs that you'll know that you're preparing to enter a new season. And one of the things that I brought out was about opposition. And so at different points in our life, through different situations, we will face opposition. It's just a given. Some of it might be based on who we are in a particular group or in our workplace. Sometimes it will even happen in our families. We'll face opposition. But what I want to focus on is when we are on a kingdom assignment and we are walking in the word that the Lord has given us, we're going to face opposition. Why is that? We're going to face resistance because the enemy does not want you to walk through what God is doing in your life. He does not. And so he comes as disagreeable opposition in people's lives, especially when you're following what the Lord has told you to do. But for us as believers, we can use opposition as a motivator, because that's like a sign of confirmation that we are on the right path, that we are walking out the will of God. You know, you're not going to go to another level without a test. And so this morning, we're going to talk about Nehemiah. And Nehemiah's story just fits right in here. This man was a man of focus. He was singular focus. When he came to talk to the Jews about building that wall back and why they needed it built back, why they needed to restore it, they understood the mission. And not to say they didn't get tired, because they did. But when they were single focused on completing that mission, then they knew that they were going to face opposition. Let me grab my phone for the word, and then we're gonna jump right in here. So Nehemiah 4, and I'm just going to read a few passages here. Nehemiah 4. So we're going to start at verse 1. And I'm reading from the New King James. But it so happened when Sanballat heard that they were rebuilding the wall that he was furious and very indignant and mocked the Jews. And he spoke before his brethren and the army of Samaria and said, "What are these feeble Jews doing? Will they fortify themselves? Will they offer sacrifices? Will they complete it in a day? Will they revive the stones of the heaps of rubbish, stones that are burned? Now Tobiah the Ammonite was beside him and said, whatever they build, if even a fox goes up on it, it will break down their stone wall. Hear, O our God, for we are despised. Turn their reproach on their own heads and give them as plunder to a land of captivity. And so again, down to verse 6. So we built the wall, and the entire wall was joined together up to half the height for the people had a mind to work. They were on a mission. I'm not going to read the whole chapter. You can go back and read that. It's a powerful story of single-mindedness and people willing to work together to accomplish an end. So even as these people are like standing in Nehemiah's face and they are antagonistic, they're cracking jokes, they're mocking them to say, like, literally, whatever you do is not going to be anything of value, because who are you? You're feeble. You're not even liked in the community. Who are you? Nobody's paying attention to you. But they were so bent on not listening to the word of the enemy in their ear. Nehemiah was there to encourage them every step of the way. And so we see this cycle of conflict come up in Christian life, same as with Nehemiah. There will always be opposition. The enemy will try to get you sidetracked or to give up completely. And I can even imagine they're tired. I mean, they're doing manual labor. Some of us are sitting at a desk and we're tired. So they're doing manual labor, and their bodies are tired. And when your bodies are tired, when you're not having, as Dr. Ann said, you don't have that harmony going on in your life, then your body weakens you. It'll weaken your mind. So here we see them combating the voice of the enemy. They continued to work. They built strategies. They built strategies on how they were going to push forward in their work, how they were going to complete the work. And as we know, the story goes on, and at the very end of the chapter, he says, he goes on to tell them or recount the story that their strategy was to have one build and one on the watch. One build and one on the watch. An ATK family, advancers, that's our strategy. We have to always be on the watch. We have to have our weapons prepared. What's our weapon? Prayer. We got to talk to God about it. God can handle any situation that we come up against, but we in the process have to keep our mind right. Amen. So even though it was God's will for us to grow in faith, grow stronger in faith, and to labor to advance the kingdom, God does not automatically just remove opposition. He could have moved Sanballat and Tobiah out of the way, like quickly, like he did Korah. Just open the ground and poof, you're gone. But he didn't. He allowed Sanballat and Tobiah to stand there in the midst of the work and mock it. And so that opposition drove them, it motivated them to continue the work. So let's look at 4 ways to handle opposition. Number 1, confess, but don't suppress. When we face opposition, you can either take it out on others or talk it out with God. Nehemiah 4 says, hear us, our God, for we are despised. Turn their insults back on their own heads. Notice Nehemiah and the people were talking in this verse. They didn't say they were going to return the insults to their enemy. Instead, they asked God to take care of the situation. They asked God to take care of the situation. Oftentimes, stress and frustration, our stress and frustration, we out on the enemy or on those that oppose us. But the thing is, it only gets worse. Have you ever noticed that you can be in an argument with somebody, and when you try to go toe to toe, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It just gets worse, and almost to the point where to um, it's harder to come back and resolve the issue. So we don't want to go toe to toe, but we want to be able to take this and talk to God about it, talk it out with God. So that's one of the keys here. Don't confess, don't suppress. Talk to God about it. Number 2, pray and post a guard. Nehemiah 9 says, but we prayed to our God and posted a guard day and night to meet this threat. It's interesting that they didn't just pray and forget about it. They prayed, they trusted, and they acted wisely to guard the city. When we face opposition, we need to apply the same principles. Pray for protection and resolution, but also take precaution. You don't want to just go out without your armor on, right? So you set relational boundaries if you need to do that. You limit your time or exposure to the offender. You don't have to be around them all the time in every situation. You don't want anything to intentionally provoke the person. And it's okay to protect yourself. So pray and post guard, Nehemiah 4 and 9. Number 3, watch your low walls. Watch your low walls. When we read Nehemiah 4:13, therefore I stationed some of the people behind the lowest points of the wall, by the exposed places, posting them by families with their swords, spears, and bows. The high walls, the parts of the wall that they had built up that were high, they didn't need guards there. But it was the low places, the places of vulnerability that needed to be guarded. They needed to be reinforced. Now, consider your own vulnerabilities and think about your low walls. What are they? We all have some. We all have some. What are our weaknesses in our life that we need to guard? And we can ask God to help us be aware of them and guard them well. Also, in this particular verse, Nehemiah posted guards by families. By families. We need our people to stand together with us and guard us in prayer. Some of us might have prayer partners. Some of us might be on intercessory teams. Some of us might be married and have spouses and you pray together. For spouses, it's extremely important that you're praying together, that you're of a one mind, because there will be low walls in relationships, and so we want to cover those, whether they're spousal relationships or friendships. We want to cover those low places. So 2 Corinthians 10:3-5 tells us we do not wage war as the world does. The weapons that we fight with, they are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, demolishing arguments and every pretentious thing that is set up against the knowledge of God. And we can take every thought captive into the obedience of Christ Jesus. So our weapons are really spiritual weapons. Number 4, battle while you build. Battle while you build. Sometimes you have to battle and build at the same time. Nehemiah 4:15-16 says, when our enemies heard that we were aware of their plot and that God frustrated their plan, we all returned to the wall, each to our own work. From that day on, half of my men did the work, while the other half were equipped with spears, shields, swords, and armor. Half the people worked, while the other half guarded, but nobody quit. Isn't that amazing? Half the people worked, half the people guarded, but nobody quit. Nobody walked away because they had a strategy and they knew that God had confused the enemy. He had already showed the plan. He gave them wisdom and insight into what the enemy's plot was, what their plan was. And so he gave them the strategy to combat that situation. Like them, we don't sit out. We don't tap out the game. We don't tap out the game. We got to stay in the game. And so if you need to grab your prayer partner or someone to stand with you, and then they switched off. If I'm building today, the other person is battling today, then tomorrow I'm battling and they're building. It works, it all works together. And so again, God will give us the strategies that we need to be able to stand against opposition. So I just want to leave you with that this morning. Jesus tells us in John 16:33, in this world, you're going to have tribulation, but take courage. I have overcome the world. And if he has overcome the world, he's on the inside of us. The Holy Spirit is on the inside of us and will enable us to overcome every spirit of opposition that we face. So let's go in prayer this morning. Father, we just thank you for your life on the inside of us. We thank you, God, that you build capacity on the inside of us to be able to hold and to be able to walk in the path that you have chosen for us. Father, I thank you that we are kingdom people, that we live out the purpose and the plan that you have for our life. Father, we thank you even now, God, that you will give us strategies in times of opposition. We thank you that you will bring us through. Your word has declared it. Your word has shown over and over in time where you've given your people the victory. So today we stand victorious. We stand as overcomers. In Jesus' name, amen.
Great word this morning. That divine wisdom and strategy. You can definitely see it in scripture, but the ability to work, watch, and fight.
Yes.
Yeah, that is so good. That is so good. It just impressed on me like the importance of community. The importance of having people you can stand with. And so we have a strong foundation here with Advanced Kingdom. And so if anyone, even on the chat, if you are struggling with anything, if you've got anything, going on that you feel like you can't handle by yourself, prayer is definitely your tool. But feel free to reach out to any of us. We will pray with you.
Amen. Yes.
We will pray with and for you. Yes. No, definitely a great word. Appreciate you bringing that forth. I think me and you were on the same wavelength. When you see attack the enemy, it's just like, all right, go back to the basics.
Exactly. We're here to win.
Yes.
We're not giving any territory back, and I love this group because we have stood, we have grown, and anybody that's in this group, if there's ever been a time where they needed support or they needed to reach out for anything, it doesn't matter what part of the country you're in. Some of us go to the same church, others are across the country, but we're there for one another. It doesn't matter. Location doesn't matter. And so I'm thankful, that I have friends in this community.
Yes. Yeah, nothing like it. It's definitely nothing like it. Awesome. Well, welcome back, Dr. Denise.
Thank you.
Welcome back. We missed you yesterday. I'm excited for what you have to say a little bit later today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Listen, Terrence, you get this joke. And I know Tim behind the scenes, he'll get it. 1 hour, 7 minutes, 26 seconds. Yesterday. I got you.
I get that joke.
I'm gonna put it in the chat. 1 hour, 7 minutes, 26 seconds. Y'all go back and watch yesterday's, okay?
Yeah.
I'm back.
That's good. That is good. That is very good. Yeah. Awesome. Well, welcome back. We got a couple others that are lurking in the corner. They're listening. Tim, I can't wait for your reaction. let's bring up the Renaissance man himself. We know him as Mr. Tim Campbell. He is co-founder of Advance Kingdom. Welcome, Chief.
Excellent message. Excellent message. I just want to begin with that. Excellent message. Really appreciate it. I love the story of Nehemiah. Yeah. And it's so much correlation to what we're doing. And you know, we can find so much strength and correlation because we're building a wall. We're building a standard. So excellent word today.
Thank you, Tim.
Yeah. So I want to say that first before.
I know you do.
Before the gloves come off.
Yeah. No, I'm doing good though.
You know, Tim, I just have to tell you, I still love you.
I love you too. Yeah.
You know,
I love you too.
It's all good. It's all about love in the kingdom, right?
Yeah, it's all love. It's all love.
It is indeed.
You know, it's love, and you know, part of love is just, you know, I'm just gonna be honest. I had to take my shot. I had to take the shot. You and Nedra was off. Okay, let's just talk about the elephant in the room.
The boys were in the house yesterday. Okay, the boys were in the house, and y'all did wonderful. You really did. Until 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 26 seconds. Y'all did good.
Then it went left. I don't know what. You know
y'all
what?
went totally left.
Let's just stay on that devotion. You got to watch. You got what'd you say? You got to confess. You got to pray. You got to watch. I think we should just go back to that.
Okay, we're gonna go back to that.
I don't know what got into me yesterday, but something hit me like they're not on the stage. Go ahead and talk your talk.
You know what? But this is what's so funny about it. My first inclination was like, "Oh, it's on. It's on, right?" And then I got to thinking. I said, "Well, you know, this is really a testament to what you've taught us, right?" Yeah. Because we're still using the same principles. Mm-hmm. We're just finding a way to work in a different market in a little different way. Dr. Ann said we need a therapy session. You're probably right. Oh, no, Lakeisha said that. So, but you know, it's really building on everything that you've taught us. And that's the great thing about it, because there's nothing we're doing different. Yeah. Really, except the time frame. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And so it's a testament to how the principles work. Yeah. Regardless of the instrument, regardless of the time frame, it all works. And so I commend you for that. Yeah. And now, thank you.
And so and I talked to Terrence about this offline a lot. But we talk about, you know, we're excited about how the community has grown. So early on, it was important for us to get a strategy that everybody can follow and do different things. But as we're getting older and growing, we're starting to see individuals like yourself create those strategies that work and go beyond. So now, you know, before we were using divergent shark fins, higher time frames. But now we're seeing the community's growth and able to go and use the VWAP, use the TDI in a different manner, and we're watching that develop. And so we talk about that a lot. Is like, okay, we did a foundational thing, but we just can't stay there. We can't stay at okay, this is the way we do it, and this is the only way we do it. No, we have to grow and develop, and we have to adapt with the markets. And so we love that we have community members that are able to to think outside of just the foundational piece. You know, we're able to graduate kindergarten, go to first, second, third, and continue to grow. And that's exciting. Like over the years, what we're going to be doing, how we're going to be trading, and the biggest piece I like about it is that when we make those kind of pivots and shifts, people don't drop off. Like we don't lose people.
Right.
So we're able to make these shifts, introduce these new methods and new ways of trading without losing folks in the transition. So I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I think that has been really, really key. And you know, it's like adapting like just like click. One day you're there, one day you're not. Yeah. But the resilience of this group to say, we're here to trade and we're going to find a way to do it. Yeah. And just being adaptive has it's been super.
Yeah. And so low key though, I do scalp on the 1 minute, 30 seconds.
I know you do too.
You know, majority of the time I'm doing that and I'm putting some big contract sizes on, but I got to represent for the 1 hour shark fins, 30-minute shark fins.
Hey, you know, I'm still looking. You know, I just have to work it within my day of what's practical for me. So I'm still with you, Tim. Look, I'm still with you.
Hey, that's good. That's
awesome.
Good.
Awesome. Well, we got a crazy wild man that's sitting waiting. He's ready to go this morning. We call him the Viking tradesman. It's Billy, aka Willie, is here this morning. What's up, Billy?
Billy.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good. Yeah, just kind of been looking at the charts, seeing what setups we got today. Not seeing a whole lot that's setting up right now. I think platinum's already on the move though.
Billy, like the first words out of your mouth is platinum.
Platinum.
I know.
You couldn't get boarded out fast enough.
I mean, I do watch it. I was looking at some other stuff. You know,
like good morning, platinum. Let's talk about platinum.
Good morning, platinum. Exactly.
Like, how you doing this morning, Billy?
You know, I'm doing pretty good. Doing good. We had our softball practice last night, so got out and got some fresh air, which was really nice. And you know, hung out with Liam after that, which is good. Played a couple video games before he went to bed. It was a nice night. It's a good morning. You know, looking for some opportunities in the market. You know, doesn't get better than that, right?
Yeah, I looked at when I look at the replay, I see Liam walking in the background. It's a cool thing. I didn't even see him come on screen when we were live. I see him in the replay.
He was just
Well, so like I'm down in our basement, and the stairway is just right over here, and so he'll come down and he'll sit, you know, just this side of me. And he wants me to build him a little desk next to mine so that he could do his thing in the morning, you know, because we practice his spelling words and all that in the morning. So I got to get on that. But yeah, he hangs out right here. He loves hanging out with me. And then, of course, sometimes he's like, Dad, when are you going to be done? Like, I want to do something before school. It's like, all right, buddy, we got a few things to do. So he's here in the conversation. He hears us talking about trading all the time. So, you know, if he decides to follow in my footsteps and get into trading, by the time he's able to do it when he's 18, I mean, he's going to be a master already. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be cool.
Little junior trader.
That's right.
Trader.
Yeah.
That's right.
That is awesome. Cool. Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, advancers. Good morning to the people in the chat. The chat is going crazy again this morning. I love it. We got Mia. It looks like Mia's in the chat this morning. We got Tisha, Nedra. I'm looking forward to your response today, Nedra.
Yeah, she's sitting in the green room. She's sitting in the green room waiting to come up. I thought we should just leave her off stage. It's a double team. It's a double team.
Nedra.
Hold on. I didn't even see Nedra sitting in the green room. I just saw it.
Don't break her up. Don't do it. Don't do
no,
it.
we have to. We have to right now.
Hey, Nedra.
Hey, Nedra.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That is too funny.
How you doing?
Listen, Dr. Denise and I have been talking about this. So we've already said, just wait and see. We're going to convert him. He's coming over. Don't worry.
Oh, man. I'm going to be the last man standing.
He is coming to Team Scout. And sure enough, this morning, you confessed. You said, no.
It's behind the scenes. I'm not doing it on camera. It's behind the scenes. You ain't going to see me do it.
We've heard Tim talk about those 1 and 3 minute shark fins before. He just not very often.
You see me do it live. You see me do it live.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And if I recall, that's how you started, right?
That is,
That
is.
is
Some of my best days were scalp days.
Yeah.
When I look back, I'm not as aggressive as what I used to be. Mm-hmm. But man, I used to have, if I have the $20,000 days, make 30,000 in a day, it was a scalp move. Mm. Heavy lot size. I'm in the move for 30 seconds a minute, and I'm just catching momentum. Mm-hmm. And so I used to love doing that. And then, but my winning percentage wasn't high back then. So, I would get these winners, and that one loser would hit my drawdown. So it wiped me out. So I had to make some adjustments.
Yeah. Makes sense.
But no, I'm gonna support the strategy. But I had to throw my shots.
And then I said, and then he's gonna wait until we're off camera. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's the best time. Nobody's here to defend it. Oh yeah.
He tried to lump me in with all of it too. No, I am not involved in this.
He's like, I'm gonna look at the replay. I'm in trouble now. I'm in trouble now.
Harris is like, I'm just an innocent bystander.
Right.
right in the middle. I do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to have fun though.
Oh,
it is.
Good to have fun, even though it happened right as I'm trying to prepare for devotion. I'm like, Lord, just let somebody else do devotion tomorrow because I can't even get my mind right. Just pick somebody else, right?
Oh man.
And I'm like, you're gonna have to settle down.
Yeah. But see, so I think we're at peace with you and Nedra, but I still got beef with Dr. Lakeisha for switching sides on me so quick, because it's how long that we've developed her intraday swing strategy. Yeah. And she just dropped it like that. She saw y'all a couple times, just dropped everything. I'm like, okay, all right, I see how it is.
That was quick too. And that wasn't even going from a swing to an intraday to then testing out scalping. That was just nope.
Instant jump.
She said I'm a flex trader.
Yeah.
With trading, you got to be flexible, right?
No, we need to see that dashboard. That dashboard going to tell a different story.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh man,
I'm glad to have Dr. Denise and the trading mom in the building. The day trading mom, Miss Nedra. Good to see y'all this morning. I can't wait for your input on the charts this morning. But we're about to go a little further into headline news. Tim, I'm gonna throw it your way. Let's see what the news is looking like. I know it's a lighter week.
Yeah. Well, and what we got going in headliner news, not a whole lot. We did get a news earlier in the week regarding the war in Israel. Apparently, there has been a negotiation reached. Either negotiations are in progress or negotiations have been reached for a ceasefire and peace in the Middle East, which made gold and oil retraced And so we starting to get that fundamental news. Oil and gold is in their retracement period. We know in times of war, the oil and gold begins to surge, and that gold becomes the safe haven for the world. And what we're seeing now is that retracement start to occur. And I got a few screens open. I'm trying to get my Forex Factory open here. Bear with me as we do that, because I want to talk about this. So in times of war, you're going to see gold start to shoot up. You're going to see oil start to shoot up. But when the announcement comes that here comes peace, some of that angst that was in the market begins to retrace. And so when you see oil pulling back, you're seeing gold pull back. That's the reason why. There's really not an economic event happening on the news calendar that is saying that. But doing research, that's the reason why we're starting to see investors pull out of gold and go into the dollar again. Today, as far as economic events on the calendar, we talked about the 10-year bond auction. Not too important in the grand scheme of things. It is a long-term yield. And so you can compare the 2-year and the 10-year. So it's going to be important from that standpoint. We may see a little bit of volatility after lunch hour, but in the grand scheme of things, it's really not going to pivot the dollar out of its current state or out of its current range. So we'll take a look at that possible retracements on the dollar now that it's bucking up against old support. Today, later today, we will pay attention to these crude oil inventories. That has been the driver. Usually what pushes the oil is supply and demand. As supply increases, the demand is going to decrease, price is going to fall. As the supply increases, supply decreases, demand is going to increase. We're going to see prices rise. And so pay attention to this, not necessarily on what if we hit the forecast, but what the previous barrel amount was. It was 7.3 million barrels added to the supply. And so if they cut supply, expect demands to go, price to go up. If they add to the supply, expect demand to go down. And so that's the major news that we're paying attention to. And then tomorrow we get the 30-year, I think we get the 30-year tomorrow, 30-year bond auction. Or is that Friday? I think it's Friday. Yeah, it's going to be, where did you go? Let's see. I thought I saw it. Yeah, here it is. 30-year bond auction tomorrow. So that's going to be the red folder news. That's really what we're going to be paying attention to for this week. But today, we're going to expect low news. So a lot of those ranging markets we have to be careful of. We've been witnessing them for a while now, and we're going to see them again. But that is your headliner news for today.
Awesome. Another low volume day.
Another low volume, a little bit of low volume that we can expect.
Yeah.
But surprisingly, the market was moving pretty good for the amount of low volume.
Moving pretty good. I was gonna say that even this morning, we've had decent movements. I'm always looking at US 30 on the lower time frame, and I just saw on the 1 minute a move that I missed. We had a buy shark fin that just played out. But what are you guys looking at this morning? We got the scalping queens in the building this morning, so definitely going to pull on you guys. But what are you guys seeing so far?
Well, real quick, let's do a quick disclaimer, then we'll jump into that.
Please, let's do that. Once again, I'm gonna let everyone read this yourself. We'll give you like 5, 10, 15 seconds. Some people need a minute to read this, and that's okay. Take your time, read it.
Depends on what elementary school they went to.
Exactly.
My
Exactly.
dyslexia will make me read it 5 times and still get it wrong.
Billy, let me explain it to you.
Do
Take
pictures.
trades at your own risk. Do your own research. We're not liable for any losses. Do your own research is the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's really the biggest thing is do your own research. We're here for educational and entertainment purposes only. That's this is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. We're not giving you financial advice. We're not telling you where to get in. You're just going to witness us trade in the live markets, and you got to do this at your own risk. So, yeah, it's important to put that up and make sure we're all on the same page.
Yes. Cool.
Yeah, and I think that's important too, because like when you analyze the markets, we could all see the same thing. Like even if we all entered into the same spot, because there's so many different things that can play out, the market's going to do what it's going to do. And, it could start going a direction, one person could get out, make a little bit of money. One person can hold and lose a bunch of money. One person could break even, because there's just so many different things that could happen during this move. And so, you kind of got to take the trading strategy and make it your own and see the markets your way. That's one of the things with it, is because it's like nobody can do it for you. It's definitely one of those you got to learn and do it for yourself. And, it's definitely hard to exact copy somebody else's trading style.
Yeah.
So you got to take that strategy and make it your own.
Yeah, we do our best with the time and just to make sure that everyone's able to take the trade, but that oftentimes, it's like, we're fine with stop loss. We can't control your risk management and all that stuff. So yeah, it's important to enter at your own risk.
Right.
Look at it yourself. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Billy, I know you mentioned platinum.
Yes, I did.
Are we going into the red zone? My job the morning is to click the buttons. I want to click the button.
We about to enter into that zone.
The red
We
zone.
call it the red zone. Put it up for me one time. Come on, Billy.
Yeah. Red zone time. I like clicking these buttons.
It's the little things in life
Just
that
the
make us
little
happy.
things.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. When we have a full production team, and they're gonna say, "Tim, we no longer want you pushing the buttons." Oh man, I'm gonna be heartbroken. Like somebody can push these buttons better than me. Oh no.
Tim's like, I got this. It's my jam.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was looking at platinum here. Let me just go to the hour chart here. I got a few levels that I'd marked out. But what I was looking at here is, we had this big green candle. So this was the move yesterday that we watched. And so that created this fair value gap here. And what I was looking at this morning was price down here versus up here. And if you look, like we're slightly have hidden divergence here. So we're inside the band here and we're slightly higher than here. In this one, we actually broke out of the band a little bit. We're slightly lower than that low. And so it just gave me the idea that, hey, we may have a trend continuation pattern. And then, we were in this resistance area where we had, we resisted here, resistance, broke out of that, coming back down and hitting that move. And then I think, and there's confluence on multiple time frames going down. you know, where we were coming up to that 15-minute 200. The only thing I didn't really like about it is we didn't really create a good shark fin or anything here. I mean, we barely broke the band here, barely broke the band there, and the band was coming down. So that was one thing that could potentially work against the trade. And then on our 5-minute, what I was looking at, so we had the shark fin way back here, and that was where price was right here. We kept coming down, but our TDI was coming up. So we were creating the divergence there. And so I was just kind of watching that as it was coming down to that 1 hour 50. And then on our 1 minute here, we had that shark fin here. Price was lower here than it was here. TDI was higher. So again, we created that divergence there. And so that would have been the perfect sniper entry at 5 o'clock this morning. Just, wasn't coherent at that time. So, it wasn't really watching it. But what I was looking at on this lower time frame to place my trade idea here was, as we came out of that, we came up, came back down, and we were kind of retesting. So we had support, resistance here, and kind of a sideways zone. And so, we broke out of that, came down, and we're retesting it. And that's, so this is where it would have hit that 1 hour 50, the range sideways retest, and then it started going up. So that was the reasons for, now I didn't take this trade, because I just didn't have stuff set up and, wasn't completely paying attention to it. But this was the trade idea. And, so I would have went into a little bit of drawdown when it retested these areas here, which I did kind of expect. Here, let me get rid of that so that we could see it easier. So it was anticipating, it coming up here, which we did get that reaction. But because the 50 and the 200 are so close, I did kind of expect it to come and retest that 200, which is better into this zone for retesting the top of this range. Before pushing back up. But that was all of the reasons on why I anticipated this area to start climbing back up. And if you go back to the 1 hour, the anticipation is, we're on this uptrend anyway, right? And the anticipation is that we're going to come up to this trend line here, and that's, might have to go to the daily to see it better, but yeah, here we go. So this trend line, so we supported here, we were resistance, broke through, support, broke through, and now we're coming back up to potentially retest this trend line. If it breaks this trend line, we do have a peak here and here that it could use as resistance as well. But I am anticipating it coming up to the trend line at some point, potentially use that to come back down and then come up to this area. Is kind of the thought on all of that. So that's why on that 1 hour, when we had this pattern here start to show up, that I felt comfortable taking that buy to that direction.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good move. I think it is bullish. That move from yesterday showed the bulls are in the market, and this retracement is only 50% of that move, so it hasn't eaten up the entire move. But yeah, we should see it continue to push up.
Yeah,
it's just fighting that session anchor VWAP right now, and once it breaks that, though, the target I have is like 1,000. 1,000 would be a nice target for today.
Yeah, that would definitely create that new high, get it close to that trend line as well. And yeah, this light gray line that I have here, it's kind of probably hard to see, but that is the VWAP line right there. Yeah, so I think, if it breaks through that, plus we created this fair value gap for a sell, but with that bullish momentum, ideally it should just push right through that. And so we'll see. And the other thing that I saw with this too is, we had this big candle, we came, coming back down. We have smaller red candles. So it's, to me, that's a weaker sell-off than this strong buy movement. And then two, with kind of this sideways momentum, it's kind of like, let's retest this area and then push back up. So I'm anticipating that. If I was in this trade at this point, so if I put this, actually, let me go to the 1 minute, because that's where I actually would have entered in. I entered in, let's say right here, where I would have entered in, after this push up, because with my strategy, what I do, because I get pretty good entries, I don't like leaving a big stop loss, because usually if it goes into drawdown too far, I was wrong and it's going to keep going. So I usually have kind of tight stop losses. And so I would have been fine with this. Now that we've got this push up, I would put my stop loss at break even, maybe slightly in profit, and just let this ride up, and then basically look for confluence on why I should get out of the trade at that point, and kind of, take it from there. But I am anticipating at least coming up into this area, if not higher up to that trend line. So
that's cool. Yeah, we put a poll question out to the chat. Do you like trading platinum? And so we're going to see what chat says. Right now it's at 100%. Everyone likes trading platinum, but vote. You should see that populate in the chat, whether you like trading platinum or not. We know Billy's excited about platinum.
Yes, I am. I've had some good moves on platinum. I like it. And I think what helps platinum too, it's a rare metal, but it's utilities. It's not like gold where, anything happens and gold can go one way or the other, and it'll surprise you sometimes. To where platinum, I feel anyway, is a little bit smoother, little bit more predictable, and it's not, it'll definitely still move during news and stuff, when the dollar moves, but it to me, it's just not quite as crazy as gold.
Yeah, let me share something, just an analysis of how I'm looking at it. Let me share my screen here. There is so I'm on the 15-minute. Let me go to the hour real quick. It looks to me like and you said this also, this retest looks pretty intriguing, like old resistance that's turning into support. We know that this is 50% of the move right here, and so that broke and put in a new high. We're rotating to the 50. We're standing right on that 50. But what I like about one of the strategies, we talk about developing new strategies and whatnot, and one of the things I like to do is these liquidity grabs, and so you can see the old test, but that doesn't really give you a sniper type entry. Really, you got to go down to the lower time frames. And so if you look at the 15-minute and start looking at this lower shark fin and then this divergence, what that's telling you is that dip down is showing you that we need to liquidate some of these positions, retouch the old resistance, and liquidate some of those stop losses, and then head to the top side. And so usually with that, we like to see if our intention is going long, we like to see that first green candle serve as liquidity. And so if you take that first green candle that introduced that low or that stop run and stretch that across, usually we'll break through and retest that. And so that retest that's right here is very telling to me. And it gives us those tweezer bottoms, which I love to trade, those tweezer bottoms right there. But it came down, retested that, and that tells me that the intention is to go long there. And with those tweezer bottoms, I think that would have been the entry off of that, where you just pull below the stop because it already hunted right there before, and then take it to based off of if you were just doing the fib trade, just based off of the negative 27, you could take that up to around 1,000. And 1,000's right there. Fib is saying 1,001, but we may see this as a possibility. And so possibly today, if we see this liquidity zone get hit again, I would enter into this trade. I'm just putting alerts here around 980, 979. If we come down and start tapping into that liquidity, or if we create a double bottom here, we just dip down again, create the double bottom, that would probably be a good trade to get in today. So something to look at. I think it will come down a few times, but if this level holds, this could be something to look at.
And it's cool too that we're looking at the same thing, and you found like that tweezer bottom, that liquidity zone, everything, like you found the same trade idea, but you have different reasons for getting in. And it's the exact same spot, like where I entered, it was pretty much the bottom of that tweezer, on those wicks and stuff. So it's cool to be able to take the same move and find 2-3 different ways on how you could actually trade that. You just got to train your eye to be able to see it.
It's a big ocean. It's like, so people are going to approach the ocean a lot of different ways, but it's the same ocean. It's doing the same thing, it's going in the same direction. And I love that you develop your eye to see a certain thing, and then you get other confluence or other confirmations to say, yeah, I agree with that. I think it is, and this is the reason why I agree with it. So I'm gonna put that one actually as a red and bring it up. I think that may be something to watch for. We got to see this retest, and that's great if it does retest that zone and see if it holds. Once it holds, we say, yeah, we're definitely getting long on this. I did see some similar stuff on gold as well, and start to compare the two. Yesterday we were talking about support being hit. So you have support coming down here. I was like, well, why wouldn't this be hit? And so gold consolidated a lot yesterday, and we talked about on the headliner news fundamentals that gold retrace off of the ceasefire order, and some of the tension on gold kind of pulled back, or the interest on gold kind of pulled back, but coming down, finding levels of support. So we're looking at where that support is going to happen, and that happened right off of really a retest. This was the trend line, but it was really the same thing, where it was a retest of old resistance that came down. So this old resistance broke through and turned into support and took off. So I sort of like the same thing what we're seeing in platinum. It's just the moves are happening on different time frames. But where we're at right now is this in this consolidation, as we're waiting for that breakout. And so I'm expecting some kind of retracement today on gold that will pull back and retest this liquidity zone, pull back into that zone, and then head to the high. And ultimate goal, just as platinum retesting the highs, ultimate goal for gold is that we're going to come up here and retest really in this. I wouldn't be surprised to see 2340 or somewhere in that area hit. And that's what it looks like it's shaping up to do if we get the proper retest first on gold. A lot of consolidations, and for the gold scalpers in the group, this ranging motion creates some great scalping opportunities. So just range high to range low is what gold is doing. And if you can find those 1 minute shark fins from the top, those top touches, taking that down to the low, or even into the middle range, very short-term moves, but possible scalps for today as well. Something to look at. And then as we pull back, before open, we'll see if we can head to the upside, because it looks very bullish at this juncture in time, especially with finding support there. We should be continuing to push up.
Yeah, when I went back to look at news for tomorrow, like, where is it? We're on, okay, for Thursday. We actually, I thought I saw in here, unemployment claims. That's normally a big mover. So I probably expect more consolidation today. And it kind of poisoned itself to get ready for that unemployment claims tomorrow, because that's normally pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah, unemployment claims is going to be big for news now. For FOMC, it's surprising though that and they say this, but they're not supposed to tie employment news to inflation. They're supposed to be detached from each other in the consideration. It's not supposed to impact interest rate decisions. And so when you saw Fed Chair Jerome Powell give his testimony, Maxine Waters, what she was questioning him on was how it affects, how is the interest rate hikes going to affect employment rate? And so I think that's really the questioning behind unemployment is really the only thing that's tying this into the overall interest rate decision, because Congress is questioning it now. You'll hear it in Jerome Powell's talks, that he talks now about the job outlook when it's not supposed to be considered in interest rate decisions.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that. So when I look at the charts and kind of where things are, I think a lot of it is based on that news coming out tomorrow, and then where we'll see fluctuations.
Now, Tim, I have a question for you. Is the 10-year bond auction, which one is stronger, the 30-year? Because that one is happening tomorrow too.
Yeah, 30 years is stronger. Well, it's relative. 10 years is going to project what the 30 year is going to do, but 30 years longer, because really, in the grand scheme of thing, on a macro level, they're looking at the 2 year versus the 10 year, just to see what is the economy going to do in the short term, and what is the economy going to do in the long term. And so if you see that interest rate go down on a 30 year, it's telling you that that we have a bleak outlook on the future, that we don't expect for us to be heading in the same way as inflation, or we expect the economy to retract it over the few decades. And so that's the reason why that's important. And the longer term is going to show you how the world is going to, or how the U.S. is looking long term at their economy. And so that's the reason why the 30 year is going to be more important than the 10 year. The 10 year is going to give you some perspective on the yield curve, the 2 year versus the 10 year. But the 30 year is going to give you an outlook on how everyone's looking at the future.
Okay. So we won't get much movement off of that 10 year.
We'll get some. I think it's rated as an orange folder, so we'll get some volatility, but it won't be as much as the 30 year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's at 12:01.
Yeah, and it's something that's been talked about a lot, because usually that projects recessions. If we see that retract, that 30 year retract is projecting a upcoming recession and possible depression in the United States. So you'll see that that sentiment in the market go up or down based on that interest rate or that bond rate.
Okay.
And then NQ is just falling out of bed right now.
So is US 30.
Yeah. It's just falling, and it's sort, you know, it's just interesting to watch this. Just looking at the DXY right now, I think we can catch some of these moves, but I just want to look at DXY real quick because we talked about it. This being the range, we dipped down and then we climbed above 105, and now we're hopping back in the range and we're pushing higher. So it was a retest of old support that we're starting to break through now. And so something's happening in the market where, you know, I'm not sure if earnings reports are is the cause of this or what, but we're starting to see indices retract, which, you know, if you just look at support levels of where some of these are, we talked about this, is that we've been in this downtrend and we're retracing. This trend line that we were on that produced that low is what we're coming up against again on NQ. S&P, the same thing, where we had this downtrend and we're coming up to retest that. So we see the rejection off of that. Wasn't able to get in on that move, but I think we could see some downward. Just a matter of where we find support. I think we could see some downward momentum this morning. And I'm not necessarily looking at getting in front of this, but a lot of this drop off is starting to look interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
If you look at the 1 hour, does that look like a head and shoulder pattern on NQ?
On the 1 hour?
On the 1 hour, yeah.
Yeah, it sort of does. Sort of does. You know, with that being the neckline, but you know, usually the way I look at it, you know, this consolidation area over here is becomes liquidity that we're pushing down into. And if that was a head and shoulder, if you just pull, just measure the neckline where it broke the neckline, really up in here. Oops. And then pull that down. That sort of falls within that range. Actually, this last week sort of falls within that range. This may be an area where some buys are sitting, where those buyers are sitting. But it looks very bearish right now. So on something like this, are you looking at going against the trend and potential buy moves, or are you waiting for to hop in with the sellers?
Well, I was kind of anticipating really at the bottom, almost the bottom of that range that you pointed out. We got the 1 hour 800 sitting down there, and I've got that same area marked out for support resistance level. So I was anticipating, if we have the right confluences on the lower time frame, to potentially go for a buy back up to the bottom of that range that looks like the head and shoulders, and then, you know, potentially back down. Ironically enough, I placed a trade idea for this coming down. I just didn't take it. I was just kind of testing my theory. It worked out once it broke that 1 hour 50, and then it came back and retested it on the 1 minute for hidden divergence, so trend continuation back down.
Oh, you got it in that sale?
No, well, I placed the trade idea,
okay.
I didn't actually get into it. And I should have, but I wanted to kind of test my theory, and the reason for that is just because of the way the TDI was looking on the the 1 hour, how the bands were opening up, everything was starting to slide down. It looks like you could have hidden divergence there. But I've seen that move fake me out so many times that it's like, no, it's just going to fall right through that. So I placed my trade idea there to see if I was right. And so far it's working out.
Yeah, watching it. But
the target area for that sell was down at that 1 hour 800, which was pretty close to the bottom of that liquidity level you got marked out there.
Yeah.
So it's almost at take profit.
Yeah, no, it's a good sell-off. And just looking at this, how I would look at it. So we've identified the liquidity area. So we know this range between 1880 and where we're at now is the range. So I'm gonna get rid of that piece of it and just look at possibilities here, because we don't want to get in front of this. It's selling off. New York is probably going to handle it the same way. Whatever the driver is, we got to find out what the driver behind this is. So we got to do a little bit of hunting, and yeah, we got to do a little bit of hunting with this if on what the driver is and possible buys. But what I'm looking at is we're producing a low. I don't know where the bottom is, so I really just want to retest where that bottom is, and let's just say that's liquidity. And so just break and retest type things. We may reject off of this level on NQ or not to the upside, because when stuff starts falling out like this, we're looking at where is it going to find support, and we don't want to be the first ones in on this. So we just start putting up levels to see. So that, we gotta have some tests going to see if this is the bottom or not. So that's liquidity starting to reject off of that, and I'm just gonna wait for it to break through and retest it, enter in off the retest. So I'm gonna put an alert here as if it comes up here, and I'll just keep doing this until we find a bottom. If it falls lower, then I'll use this. I'll move my liquidity to this level here and do the same test until we find a bottom.
And if you go to your 4 hour time frame, what you'll see is if you go left and see the peaks that are coming down, and you draw a trend line on that, we hit that like perfectly in this area for it to push back down.
Yeah, you talking about this support?
No, actually, if you go to the top and that right there, and then hit those, then that's pretty much a perfect touch of that trend line right there.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for yesterday. I just had it a little higher, but no, this is perfect right here. I mean, we could see a sell-off, and it could be a big sell-off here. This is like the next level of potential support.
That's where I got mine as well. And that's 4 hour 200. But, I mean, we got, depending on how strong this sell-off is going to be, there's a couple of different levels it could come down to.
Yeah, and now we got the new low put in, so we'll move the liquidity down to that green candle that produced that low. That's the new liquidity. And just follow those bottoms down until that's broken. This is constant retesting. Until that's broke and retested, we're not interested in it. So we'll just keep following it. No need to guess that level. We'll just keep following it until that it breaks that zone.
I'm gonna hop off for like 20 minutes, guys, and drop my daughter to school, and then I'll be back.
Okay.
Sounds good. Drive safe.
Thank you.
Are you seeing it? Is it pretty much the same thing on US 30 that you're looking at?
off mute. Pretty much. I'm I got a couple levels marked off on the 5-minute, and just looking for it to possibly. It's like it's below the 800, and I'm trying to figure out like what's down there on the higher time. Okay, so I still think that for this one, from the 1 hour, for the 1 hour, it's definitely going to go down. It's like, is it going to go down to that 200 would be right where I have trend line
On the
1 hour.
On the 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, from that peak. Where is that? Right at 4 a.m. Wednesday morning. May 1st. May 1st.
Okay.
So all the way down, right there.
Okay. Something like that.
No, let me show my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like US 30 kind of has a similar ugly head and shoulder pattern there on the 1 hour as well. It looks a little better on NAS, but it looks pretty similar.
Let me see. Okay. Window. Okay, here we go. Okay, so can you see my screen yet?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I have mine coming down a little bit lower here.
Okay.
And then you've got the 50 right here, the 50 and the 800 here,
Mm-hmm.
the 200 here. Then when I look at this, it's like that would bring it right there. So I think that's because you've got it probably goes further over too. No, but I'll stop for right there for right now. So when I look at this, you've got the break, the retest, come back, retest, breakthrough. So I'm looking at this. Is this like the TDI definitely is not turning around right now. So are we going to come down to this 200, this area? What was here? Hold on. And then we've got another little area right here. We've got another little area right here too, where, touch, break, retest, breakthrough, retest. So we could even, come back down to this area, 38,694, 38,700, might as well say. The 4 hour, you've got the TDI up here, like it. And then you've got this area too on the 4 hour, which is interesting. You've got that. So maybe that's as far as we'll see it, because on the 4 hour, it still looks like it wants to push up.
Yeah.
The 8 hour, definitely. So it probably will not come all the way, down here, but I could see it coming here and pushing up. let's see, on the lower time frames, we've already, crossed through that 200. We've crossed through the 800. And the lower time frames, again, this is only coming up to probably push back down for the way the TDI is.
So something like this, you're not really looking at, if you go to your strategy, you look at that 5 minute, 3 minute, 1 minute, you're not looking at those buys.
I would, yeah, definitely. But like we were saying earlier, like where's the bottom? So I'm looking at the sales, yes, to take that back up. If I was like here, I'm trying to figure out what was over here. Is there anything?
Yeah, we're in a lot of noise looking left.
Yeah, it's just air.
Yeah.
On the lower time frames, we'd have to go like here. Let me go to the 5 minute and see, this is the last area here, which is literally 67 ticks down. So yeah, I could definitely see it coming back down to this area. And even on the 1 minute, let's see. So if I'm looking at that, I know it's this area right here. Should be this area. Yeah. Okay. So if I'm looking at that, the pullbacks that I get on the 1 minute, like this would literally say, wait till it reaches its top and get in, just based off TDI. Because I know it's going to continue down, because the 15 minute is down. It's like at that shark fin area. The 1 hour, you can see it's up in the air, but it's like not at a point. You got 26 minutes left on this candle. The thing I would be careful about is this, right? It's rejecting right at that 800. So that makes me not necessarily want to jump in.
Yeah.
Until I get the next candle.
So only I mean, but are you talking about buys or shorts?
Shorts.
Okay.
Because
so you wouldn't take the buy off of that band touch right there.
Right here?
On your on the lower time frame.
On the 1 minute?
Yeah.
No, because I know it's going to continue down. The move is down for me. The move is down. Am I going to be able to get what I want out of this going up? I don't think so. So if I put this at 25, am I reasonably certain I could get this 25? No.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So I wouldn't even though I know it's going up, it might continue all the way up here to the 75, but I would not risk, I don't want to risk that, because I still know the move is down based off of like the 30 minute and the 1 hour.
And so on that short, then as the bands push up, what time frames are you looking at to touch before you hop in the sale?
So I'm looking at like the 30-second, because on the 1 minute right here, I had no indication really that this was ready to turn. That candle right there, the 735. Yeah. But on the 30-second, I can see where we had consolidation right here. So that would have been like, oh, okay, if I see it going down from here, that might be an opportunity for me to get in. And of course, my thing is switched the wrong way, but you guys get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be a long, it would have been a short, but 25 to whatever, right? So I can see here that I've got this area of consolidation. It's clear right there. Even though on the 1 minute, you know, you see some of that.
Yeah.
But I would have checked it out on the 30-second to see, like, it's really, you know, consolidating. It's break and retest. So am I more likely to get in for the sale there? Potentially, right? And then I'm looking at the wicks here, the exhaustion, and I'm below on the TDI, that middle band, that yellow. So I would probably sit here and watch that. Oh, that's the 2 minute. So the bands are coming down on the 1 minute. And that's probably what I would look at right here is, you know, even if it comes up to here, and I probably would cover this, I probably would cover that that 50 on the 1 minute, just as a little security there. But that's what I look at. And you're just getting, you know, that, let's see where the 5 minute is. 5 minute, you got 2 minutes on that one. You got 7 minutes on the 15. So I probably wait till the next candle, 2 minutes, for me to get another candle.
Yeah, we're just looking at drivers of what could potentially be driving this market down. And we have good earning reports. You know, really, there has to be a reason for indices selling off. Indices just doesn't sell off. For the most part, we look for bullish momentum coming in. So, you know, it's kind of hunting for. Yeah.
You see what it's doing right here, right?
Yeah, and I kind of want to be in these sales. That's
I know.
you know, the parties.
I'm talking the game. I'm talking the game, but I didn't have my trade up. Look at that.
Yeah.
See, literally. Okay.
Kind of want to be in
your
these
one and
sales.
done.
There, 2 minutes. Do you see that? 2 minutes.
I think Terrence is in this trade.
Done.
Terrence, are
2
you in
minutes.
this trade? I think Terrence he's quiet.
Terrence,
so I think
you in that trade?
No, I'm not in the trade. I should have been in the trade.
Look,
I think that's what we're all saying.
And it's just like picture perfect. Do you see that? 2 minutes. 2 minutes to TP.
Yeah.
I'm not going to cry about it today. There'll be another opportunity. But 2 minutes? Okay, yeah. I'm done.
And so, I see what Dr. Lakeisha is saying, that divergent on the 1 minute. But, you know, when you have that much selling pressure in the market right now, I wouldn't take the divergence going against that.
No.
You probably will get the reaction right now, but there's a lot of selling pressure. You need to see where the bottom is. It has to prove that we need to see some exhaustion, even on like the 15 minute, to see an exhaustion candle or something that says that this move is over. Right now, it hasn't shown us that.
Yeah. That was a sweet move, though. I mean,
yeah. So out of that breakout, that consolidation, you would have hopped in on the consolidation and took it down.
Yes, all the way. Yeah. And it's still going to go down further because it's got to complete that shark fin, that move on the 1 hour, and it's 19 minutes.
Hey, we got a counter trend move on gold right now. That's reacting off the 1 minute 200. It's kind of moving pretty fast. It's a 1 minute shark fin that's going.
You gonna bring your screen up?
Oh yeah. Let me see. Yeah, so it's a 1 minute shark fin that's currently going. It's kind of left the party already. And it's moving pretty fast. A lot of volume. And that's where we're talking about range low to range high on gold is kind of moving right now. But it was this 1 minute shark fin that was down here, but it's kind of moving right now. So that happened pretty quick. And it's just range low to range high. That's what we're talking about with gold. Is that's the top of the range here, and then it reached the bottom of the range, gave you that shark fin piece, and this is the level that we said be careful of, that is currently rejecting off of in the middle. So that may start to range there, but that was just a quick little mover. Same thing with, and you get those in the gold ranging market, you just get that. So keep an eye on that. If we reach up to range high around 23.25, or we come down to range low around that 23.22, let us know so we can get in on these quick scalp moves up or down, because it's just ranging right now between those ranges, and that's the way we got to trade the range. Yeah. I'll share this. We got old results in from the platinum. So 71% of the viewers say they like trading platinum. How about that?
That's cool. Speaking of platinum, it did kind of go against my trade idea so far. It's been enough for that retest. But hey, you know what? It did move enough that we were, could have put our stop loss break even. You made a few bucks on it before it came down on us. So, all in all, we didn't have to lose on that one, so I would call it a success.
Yeah, but we are coming up against that retest right now that we were talking about, and we're coming up against that bottom, and we're starting to get that divergence that on the 1 hour. 4 hour is we're touching the bands, we're ranging above the 50. So it'd be nice to see if this is actually going to break through and fall lower, where this support is going to turn into resistance or not. That's going to be interesting here. It's breaking through now.
Yeah, so we're coming up against that 5 minute 800 right now too.
Yeah, we'll see if these turns. I'm not sure what the driver behind this U.S. dollar strength and why metals and indices are retracing right now. So we got to find what that driver is, because without a driver, you got to think that this is really just a liquidity grab before we get to the upside.
Kind of what it feels like, really.
With metals, and something makes it lose value where investors begin to get priced. And so if it's not news driven, then for the most part, these should be traditionally should head up. And we may get, so when these candles start to open back up, these higher time frame candles start to open back up, we may get the retracements today. Just something to keep an eye on. So yeah, this is it's interesting on how these are moving and potential scalp opportunities, from the downside, short side, if these are going to line up or not. Check in Q real quick. Yeah, we're all doing the same stuff. And we're just stepping this down as it goes. Something like this on NQ. I have my bottom down here, but I kind of want to see if we're going to do something here. All right, so let me test the scalping thing out on NQ of what we're looking at. 15 minutes just looks like it's going to retrace. Like I would love to catch this retracements up from the bottom. We do have a lot of exhaustion. So before I test out the scalping deal on NQ, I'm looking at this 15, seeing if I want to be in that. This candle is going to close. It just opened really. So this last candle gave us a lot of exhaustion. But really didn't do much on the, as far as eating up that candle. It's no engulfing going on right now. So I think it's still heading, still looks like it's heading down, and we're rejecting off of that 5 minutes. So something like this on the strategy. Let's go light risk and see if the party is in the favor of the sellers right now. We're looking off of the 50, and let me just pull up my
You're on
trade box.
NQ?
Yeah, this is NQ here.
Okay, let me take a look here.
Yeah, the 15-minute definitely looks like it's a long, but we've been seeing this sell off on the lower time frames, and we're now starting to get the divergence and a bunch of different things going on.
2 minutes. So Tim, on your so you've got yours set at 104 ticks for profit, and okay, that's 500. Okay.
Yeah. So if I did, if I reduce that down to 25,
What would that look like?
if I did it right at the fit, yeah, that would have hit.
Yeah.
Just pull up just above that piece there, and then it would be 100 contracts on this to risk 1250.
Okay. Oh well. Okay.
Yeah, because it's a micro.
Micro e-mini. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bella says go for the short.
1250. Should I do it, Bella?
She's looking at me like, what you talking about? What you talking about? Say good morning. Good morning. You trading this morning, Bella? I know. You like to trade. You do.
The trading dog. You would
The
go
trading
viral.
dog.
You would go viral.
Give me some signals, Bella. Give me some signals.
That would go viral. The trading
Yes.
dog.
Bark once for buy, bark twice for sell.
Yes, she would be a good one for that. I might have to train her for that one.
Yeah.
There's just not enough volume in the market right now. It's moving very.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would be surprised for, I mean, on the lower time frame, I could see it. But once you start climbing up, it looks, once you get to the 15-minute and that exhaustion wick, it doesn't look like you should be in sales at this point.
Yeah.
But it's really not a lot of confluence on the higher time frames to make that make that go. When I say higher, 15-minute, 30-minute. Which means that buys are more likely.
Might push
Yeah.
a little more, but
What are you seeing, Nedra?
I'm also looking. I was looking for cells, but the way that the shark fin is forming on the 15-minute, I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
On US 30.
Yeah.
The only thing is that the 1 hour gives me the feeling that it wants to push down a little more, but
yeah,
I like the way it looks on the 15-minute. And the 30-minute,
Yeah.
already broken through the lower band. So it could push down a little more, but cells right now at this point would be a little risky for me.
You know, I think it's going to go up to give it that strength to
come back down.
Yeah, because it's 8 minutes. It's 8 minutes left. Well, 7 minutes. Might as well just say 7.5 minutes left on that hour candle.
Mm-hmm.
And that hour TDI is not just going to flip up yet. I think it still wants to push down. But in the 8 minutes, you're going to see well, we're seeing it now, that it's like buys on the lower time frame, like the 1 minute, right? Mm-hmm. It's going to consolidate in here, and then it's going to push it down.
Push down.
So I'm just waiting. Like it's 2 minutes left on the 5 minute candle, and it's rejecting right at 38.959, 38.60. So my thing is that I still believe it's going to go down, but it's just going to consolidate underneath that 5 minute 800 to get that push, to push that 15 minute down some more. And it might not look like a big move on the 15 minute, but it will on the 1 minute.
1 minute, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if if we found a bottom, if this level is broke. I don't have, if this level gets broken here. So 2 levels that we have to break. To the upside, if this level breaks, potentially can start looking at it climbing out of the bottoms. If this level breaks, we could retest it, keep coming lower.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I would have been stopped out there. It would have stopped me out and then took it down to profit on NQ. But what I did mark out was that double top. That's what I marked out, you know, how it retested and created that double top.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that, and then that,
that would have been
probably
that would have been a good, yeah, you would have hit right there.
Yeah.
I also would like the ATR to be a little higher.
Yeah, it's low.
It's really low.
And I marked up right at that resistance level. This is like 2 times this morning, and I've missed my entry. That resistance level that I was talking about, and then it just hit there, and now it's going down on the 1 minute.
Yeah, that was a good move too.
So this would have been a second one. This would have been a second entry, unless it goes back to retest that. Huh?
What, for the sell?
For a sell. It rejected again right at 38.960. If you look at that on the 1 minute, you've got a lot of consolidation there. Mm-hmm. And then it started the sell-off again. So let's see, how many minutes on the, and I said that on the 2 minute. Okay, we're right, getting ready to have another 2 minute candle.
I see Dr. Ann, Dr. Ann saying on NQ, are you talking about this neckline on NQ, the top of it? Or what neckline are you talking about? That's one at the bottom. On the bottom. Yeah, it's not, it's I'm just looking at where it's at. Yeah. Are you talking about for the sales on this or for the buy? So this is the double top. This is the the neckline that produced that double top. And so you're saying where it breaks, yeah, possibly getting in there. So a break and retest of this to the downside. It's definitely a pattern worth trading, but I just don't like the 15 minute on this and the last exhaustion wick for the sales. But that looks like it's probably a possibility. I just don't have a huge amount of confluence. And this is really where it's going right now. It's really setting up to be a breakout trade. This is the bottom, this is the top. We're right in the middle of that. So I really want a retest, a break to the upside, retest, and then enter, or a break to the downside, retest, and then possible entry. But I see what you're looking at. It's just probability. It's not a high probability type trade in my mind right now. But I got my 100 contracts over here waiting for Nedra or Dr. Denise to say something, so I can put 100 contracts on the micro. Yeah, we're going to trade 100 contracts today.
Okay, so you're definitely getting in position. Definitely on MQ.
Yeah. If this one wicks out here and off of a triple top, I may take that to the bottom of the range.
Oh, we got another minute on the Dow candle before the next candle.
Which time frame?
We got another minute on the 1 hour candle on the Dow.
Okay.
Less 39 seconds.
Oh yeah.
So, and the 30-second is kind of topping out. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Is that going to continue to push up? I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Make the wick and then come down, maybe.
And then come down, yeah. It might test that 30-second 200.
Yeah.
Nice sharp one.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see what it does.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ting, 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 ting.
No, it wasn't 100. It wasn't 100. I don't like the range, so I wasn't bold enough to do 100. But just testing the top of this range. This is the third test. So we had a test here, a test here, and then this last third one failed it. So now the fourth one, we'll see if that breaks it. But it's just a range trade where this is the top of the range, and we're seeing if it goes to the bottom of the range. So let's see. Let's see here.
You're in the 3 minute? Oh yeah, you might have something there. Oh, wait a minute. Which way did you get in?
I'm on the sales side.
You're on the sell side.
Yeah, so I got 370 at risk.
I don't know. I think that's
Yeah, it looks like it wants to climb out.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that one was ready yet because the TDI on the lower time frame. What time frame? You're on the 1 minute?
Yeah, I'm on the 1 minute. I'm just it's ranging right now, so I'm just trading top of range to low of range.
Okay. It's coming down now though.
Oh yeah.
But that 1 minute still looks like it wants to like climb just a little bit. You're on MQ, or am I MQ?
Yeah, I'm on NQ. I'm on NQ.
Okay, and you're on the micro E-mini. Okay. Okay.
All right, so this is where I bring it down to break even.
Yep.
Keisha says, just close it out in Jesus' name.
Make that money.
Yeah, I almost made me spit out my coffee. Oh man. Let's get there. So top of range to bottom of range.
See, that was a good little scalp.
Little scalp.
Little scalp. Go
Yeah,
on now. See?
Get in with the shorts.
Hey. Get in where you fit in. And today it was a scalp.
All right. So we're gonna close out of this one.
That was a nice call.
Yeah. Closed out of it. Closed out of it. Because the candle bodies were closing around here. So it was candle bodies are right here. So that's why I closed out of it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look at that.
It hit your TP. Yeah. It was going to the TP.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Nice scalp. See, I should have put 100 contracts on that.
See?
All right, we're up. We're up on the day.
As soon as Tim's off camera, he's gonna 100 contract.
Yep. All right, Judy, have a good day. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, Judy. Have an awesome day. Glad you could join us.
My 1 minute scalp. See, I'm on the scalping team now.
Yeah, this morning you're admitting to it. Okay, but it's all good. We might even see a long-term play somewhere during the day on the 1 hour maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this so it just opened up its new candle on the 1 hour and it's bullish.
It may just be creating that wick.
Yeah, because I think it still wants to push up on the lower time frames, like the 5 minute. I got a buy signal there, like it's going up to. I think on the 1 minute, it's just going to look kind of like consolidation. That's what I think.
This is my buy area right here.
Ones.
This is the retest of this would be my buy area.
Yeah. It still wants to push up some.
That's what I look at is that this was the low that was put in. This is the candle that produced that low. And this is now that becomes liquidity. Mm-hmm. We're breaking that right now.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking for a retest of this area to get into buys as this pushes up. Don't want to take the initial push up.
50. So if you look at, so I have mine marked off.
Here, you want to share your screen?
Sure. Okay. I'm getting the hang of this share screen. And I'm doing the window. I'm doing that one. Yeah, I'm doing that one. Okay. Okay. Share. Am I on the right one? No.
Yeah, you got it.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, like you were saying, this one produced the low here. This bearish candle produced that low. And then when we look up here, if this continues to drive, it's either gonna hit this, like the 2021. I look at that. If it passes that, it's going up here to test this. I don't know. This is, let me go in the 1 minute. I don't know what that is. Okay. So on the 1 minute, we have like this area here. But you see how this still looks like it wants to push up on the 1 minute? On the 5, it looks like it wants to turn around again. Maybe up in here. What do you think, Nedra? You think it's going up to this area?
Yeah, there's also that same area is also a 1 hour 50 MA, and it's also a
yeah. The 1 hour 50 is in here. Is where I had it's where I had that mark before.
So it might push up there.
Hour 50, and it's like the 15 minute is at the 15 minute 200. 1 hour 50.
Yep, and the 15 minutes 200.
And 15 minute 200. And I want that to be green. Okay. So that could be the target here. Yeah, that could be the target.
Yeah, I got long off that retest too.
Did you?
Yeah, on that 1 minute where that red candle that retested that breakout.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, so I got long there.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get the you're gonna be able to see that on the 1 minute. Let's see, because it definitely still wants to push up.
Yeah, my stop is right below that consolidation. I think that's the 1 minute 50, a little bit below that.
Your stop is here. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with this is it's like got to pass through this 30-second 200 here. And you've got a trend line.
All right, guys. Well, I gotta start getting ready, get Liam ready for school and everything. But I'll keep logged in and everything. Kind of pay attention to some stuff. If I see anything, I'll let you know. And if I can jump back on, I definitely will.
Sounds good, Billy. Have a great day.
Have a good one.
Billy, I know, as Terrace always asks, what's your plan for the day?
Probably 500 a day. See if I can get that. Unless I see another good setup after that, I may shoot for 1,000.
Cool.
Okay, nice. And you any particular pair that you're looking at?
Really, I kind of US 30 platinum are kind of two that I would
platinum.
Platinum. Just call me the platinum trader.
You gotta do platinum, yeah. That's good. That's good. All right, man. Well, have a good day. Tell
Yeah,
Liam I
appreciate
said,
y'all. Y'all have a good one.
hey.
Have a good one.
Trade safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wondering here. Let's see on the 5 minute. Yeah, I'm wondering, is this going to turn here underneath that 21?
I do see that it wicked off of it.
Yeah. That, you know, and again, on the
Which MA are you looking at?
the 21
Okay, rejected off of that.
minute. Where
Yeah,
was that, Andrew? On the 5 minute.
Mhm.
On the 5 minute, that 21 is right here. And it hit it and rejected off of that. And the TDI is turning down. And I think these are coming. It's 18 minutes left on that 30 minute, 3 minutes on that 15. And so I'm wondering, is this where it's going to give out and turn down?
And that volume's coming into the market now as we get closer to open. And
Yeah. What time
I really
is
want to see what.
8:12.
Yeah, I really want to see what that 15-minute closes is going to look like.
Yeah,
We
2
have the
minutes.
shark fin, and we got that 2 minutes 30 seconds on it.
Mm-hmm.
Really want to see if that next candle opens up, or if this one closes bullish and that next candle opens up. Would
So
love to
this
see
is-
this close bullish.
This is the thing that I see with this. You know how at open, it's going to do the reverse and then come down to where it's going to have, it's to me like the fake out, and then it's going to go retrace and go in the direction it's going to go.
Mhm.
So like yesterday, was this? Oh, no, that was, okay. Where is yesterday?
And see, the only thing with that is that usually when it does that, it's going to create the low of the day or the high of the day.
Yeah.
And we're in between both. The session
Right.
open and we've put in a new low and we've put in a high, and we're right in the middle of that. And so at open, we could just get the surge up to make the move in lieu of just going to chase a new low.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So it's kind of a weird place this morning.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of a weird place. And
It's-
we've got news like here at 9 o'clock, there's some news.
So if you go to that 5 minute,
9:30 and 9:30, 10 and 12:30. So even though it's not major, it's still news, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen this like do stuff, and then I'm wondering like what happened. So what time frame are you talking about, Tim?
on the 5 minute, that so that liquidity zone that we marked out, that 5 minute candle retested that again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're pushing up off of.
Yeah.
It's right off
Right
of
here.
that 5 minute 800.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah. So I'm looking to see if that's going to be the buy. But I'll tell you what, every time frame is going in different directions.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's, you get to the 15, everything starts looking for buys, around the 15. But if you look at the 15, 30 minute, 45 minute, those look good. Not the 1 hour, 15, 30, and 45 look good. And we just closed with a bullish candle on the 15 minute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We got Dustin in the chat this morning. What's up, Dustin?
Hey,
This is in the
Dustin.
chat.
Hey.
Yeah, he just said he's expecting Nas to short, but waiting for the pullback higher on Nas.
Oh, that's that consolidation that it's currently in.
Yeah. You want to show what's going on
Tamisha's here too.
with NAS? Hey, Tamisha.
Tamisha's in the place.
And she got us on the big screen.
Oh, we made it. We made it. We on the big screen.
Come on.
We're on the big screen. Yeah. This was my short, my scalp, I'm on the scalping team. Let me pull this to the side. Yeah, we were in this consolidation and on NQ. And so that consolidation, I wonder if that 15 minutes is going to start to work out here.
You know, I had to go and check. We only need 4 more people. So everybody tell a friend to go on and subscribe. We're at 96. Tell a friend.
Come on. We need just a few more to hit the subscribe. You know, it's valuable.
It's valuable.
Now, Tamisha, if you missed the morning, you know I'm not converted yet. I still got some fight in me. All right. That was just one trade. I still got some fight in me. I'm gonna hold out from, but these scalpers are contagious. You know, they make you a little bit of money, and next thing you know, you're scalping left and right. So it's contagious.
Yeah, and considering you've already been in, and we're still sitting on the sidelines, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Marked up a trade, but didn't take it. But you've already been in and come out.
Yeah.
Money.
That's what I said. I said once we convert Tim, it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Oh man,
He's beating
no.
us at taking moves. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, this I'm in this US 30 trade now. It's in profit.
See.
But I'm getting out. So I'm getting out here.
Tim, you were in the buy?
I was in the buy.
Oh man, you caught that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, but I got out and because I think I can get a cheaper price on the buy. And this is that liquidity zone that I'm looking at. That's where I want to enter in at. So just looking to see if this holds. That this green candle was liquidity. We stretched that over, and we broke through. We're retesting it. So I kind of want to keep entering here if it proves to hold. But right now, you know, what we were talking about, the time frame saying something different. If you look at the 5-minute with TDI climbing high and being divergent, and then that 15-minute being that shark fin not, you know, saying the opposite.
Yeah.
You know, it's not very conducive for
Not lining up.
Yeah, it's not lining up. You know, these look like it's coming down 5, 3, 1 looks like it's coming down. And so that's why I got out of that position, is that I think I can get it cheaper and trade the 15, 30, and 45-minute shark fins.
Hey, Michael said gold is dropping significantly.
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah. And remember our zone that we're headed to.
Yeah.
We really got to look at this zone that we're headed to. Yeah. And if anybody has a pulse on the news, any news events that's producing these, I know we're getting close to open, but if anybody has a pulse on that, let us know of what's going on fundamentally in the news. What is the driver of some of these downward moves? But on gold, we're headed down to this trend.
That's sick right there.
Yeah, we're headed down to this trend here. And we've been talking about that for a little bit. So let's see what happens when it gets down there, because it could be setting up. If we can't find what the economic news is doing, you know, this could just be liquidity grabs to the downside and then the push up. So we got to find out what's going on here, because irrespective of that, we're thinking buys. You know, it's coming down to the level. So technically we have to take the buys at these levels.
And right now, CNBC has the Dow at majority it's bullish.
No, we have to wait until 9:30 though to look at it.
8:30, 10 minutes.
Dustin, what's up, man? I just see you in the green room. I looked over. I said, "Who is this?" Dustin's
Good morning.
in the green room.
Good morning.
What's up, man?
Good morning. Good morning.
Good to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be seen.
Oh, you got that good microphone too.
I had to graduate to it. I came off of the Delta Airline headphones and so
Yeah, but gold is definitely dropping, but it's just dropping down to the levels that we wanted to drop down to.
Hold on. Hey, yes.
Yeah, see, it's just dropping down to the levels that we wanted to. And that's why it's just important to mark out these levels, of where is it dropping down to, because if there is no economic news happening, what's to say that this isn't just a liquidity grab? And this is the way that Nikkei looked, is that it was a huge drop down, a lot of momentum. It just hit a level, stopped, and reversed all the way back up. And that's what we're seeing on the 5 minute. This looks very enticing. That if we get a double tap on this 1 minute, I'm getting long here.
On gold?
Yeah. It looks like it's leaving the building though.
I can't wait for you.
All right, we put a survey in the chat. Said, what's your bias on US 30? 67% said short. 67% said short. That's our current bias in the chat.
Let's see here.
Dr. Lakeisha said Tim is having an identity crisis. He is a scammer, but he's fighting it. I agree, Dr. Lakeisha.
If there's a moderator in the chat, can y'all just block Dr. Lakeisha right now? Because I'm not talking to her. She done left the team.
Listen. This is what's so funny. The girls come back on screen today, and it's girl power,
Right.
girl power. We up in the house. Come on, Dr. Lakeisha. Thank you. From the back end. Come on. Yes.
T-shirt, somebody hit that block button on Dr. Mute her for like 30 minutes or something.
Oh, my goodness.
Dr. Lakeisha wants to know, Dustin, whose team are you on?
I'm a flex trader like her.
No. We got to see that dashboard. There's too many flex traders.
I'm a flex trader.
That dashboard gonna have 100 scalps and 1 intraday trade.
Wherever the move is, right? That's
right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we're getting ready to go south. I really do. I think we're getting ready to go south on US 30. We got 5 minutes. That 30-minute TDI looks very, very, very.
Yeah, that's currently what our chat is saying.
Yeah.
That 67% of the chat is 67% is short on the Dow. So interesting. You don't believe the 15, 30, and 45-minute shark fin, huh?
No.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
That's what I think is a trap. 15 only wants to just like hold and hover until open. What do you think, Nedra?
I agree.
I think it wants to hover.
I want to see what it does at open. We have 5 minutes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm. Definitely that 5 minute, 3 minute, 1 minute says that we should get the price cheaper. But the only thing, you just look at this liquidity grab and the way that it's set up, and you bring these EMAs over, and let me just pull the VWAPs to see what. Yeah, we're up here. That's going to show you average price, where average price should be. But this is liquidity. So ever since this was put in, we haven't attempted to come back down and retest that. And so once we broke through, we've retested this level, this green candle. We've retested that multiple times, and are starting to climb higher. And the VWAP sitting up there, and that's showing you where fair value is, where investors think average price should be. And it just looks like we're just going to run there. And then from there, we can start looking at shorts.
Yeah.
But I think the 5 minute, 3 minute, 1 minute is going. It could go either way. But I think the 15, 30, and 45 minute shark fins, you're going to see that play out.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go up. We're gonna go up, create the shark fin, and then on the for the scalp, and then we're coming back down. We're down. That's how I feel. But we'll see. We got 3 minutes.
Yeah, this is really that level of support that we broke through, that we'll probably come up and retest and then head back down from there. Possibly start looking at shorts down there. And that's the thing about this strategy that or with mine that I have to do some corrective behavior on, is I get out way too early. Like to move me to break even, I could have been in on this long right here in lieu of closing.
The long would have been a good move.
Yeah,
that was a really good move. That 15-minute shark definitely.
That 3 minute shark fin is playing out wonderfully.
Yeah.
And it's just that and it's cheap prices that where I move it to break even. It's like, no, just lose, go down at least $300-$400 and draw down and let it play out, because it we don't even have momentum yet, and we could easily break through that and continue to the upside.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you have for ATR, Nedra? Because I don't have mine up.
6. It's low, yeah.
Okay.
It'll rise once market opens at 9:30, and it starts to creep up.
Hold on one second.
1 minute.
I've got to go off camera for
57 seconds. The market opens.
Let me get the bell ready.
Get it ready.
Yeah, this NQ is just sitting in this consolidation pattern, waiting on the bell.
It's a trap. Ellie, setting it up.
Yeah, just sitting there.
It's interesting because it's when I was telling you about the difference between the close from the previous day and open of the day without the overnight, it's a large gap from to the downside. So it'll be interesting to see if it tries to come up and fill some of that first before moving lower, or if it just wants to kind of continue and fill some of the gaps from earlier this week that it has not filled.
Yeah. One thing I haven't mastered is breakout trading, because stuff moves like this where it breaks down to the downside.
Okay.
Work
is calling. I gotta go.
Market open.
What's your plan for the day, Dr. Denise?
Try to get me a sell in here at some point, and 12.50. Yesterday I was 1.5 and done. I got in a move, ended up getting out, made $19, and then it did exactly what I thought it was going to do. And then I came back from my 12.50 in one trade. I'm done. So I just short day yesterday. Yeah, but I got clients calling me now, so I gotta
Yeah.
go.
Gotta make that money. Yeah.
Hey, so you guys have a wonderful day.
All right, you too.
I'm sure we'll be talking about it later. Everybody trade safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right, see ya. All right, we may see some opening bell trades here.
We as in you, Tim?
You may witness some opening bell trades here. We're hitting this liquidity level and we can't close below it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get in. Oh, I think I missed my time to get in.
Oh man, it ran.
That buy was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, we keep spiking this liquidity level, and it's not going to give me an opportunity.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, so I'm gonna take 1 minute, a 1 minute candle buy right here. No stop. I'm manually controlling this buy. We're rejecting off of VWAP and this. If we break above it and retest it, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Very cheap play right here because I need to be able to hold the buy above this level. And let me just put the idea of what I'm looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking for something like that today. And so I'm risking $300 to make $500 today.
Oh, same as Sam.
And let me go on one more. So it looks like it wants to come down.
Yeah, it looks like it was reaching for liquidity across the equities. Russell's dropping a bit more. So we'll see. We'll see what the stocks are doing.
Yeah, I'm like still low key looking for it to come down.
You're looking for the shorts off of what level?
Right now, I'm looking to see if it plays off of the session anchor VWAP. I've been looking at that.
Yeah, it's definitely testing it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like these are possible short opportunities.
All right. So it is mid-range time frames versus the low time frames. Mid-range is saying shorts. And then once we start getting to the 15, then we start saying buys. So we may see some interim sell-offs off the VWAP back down.
Mm-hmm.
And as we liquidate one way or another, I'm just going to do a quick glance at gold off of that level. We're coming back down to retest that level. And yep, so we're kind of consolidating there. Let's look at NQ. NQ broke it out to the top side and then retested. So it broke out. This is the retest. So buy side is in.
It broke that VWAP, so that's.
Yes, it did. And it's pushing session highs too already.
Looks like Dr. Lakeisha hit her goal.
Nice.
A US 30 short.
Oh, she on a short?
In the shorts. Nice. Now, yeah, and she's trading the 25 ticks too. So it's like this quick downward move.
Yeah.
Nice. Good move.
That's just like you got in before I did.
I know. I'm like, she did. I'm like, where did she get in? Dr. Lakeisha, where did you get in for a short?
She said it was a 3-minute trade. 826.
826. Oh, she got in right before open. Okay.
Yeah, that
was
volatility.
Yeah,
was,
yeah. And
it was a lot of volatility, so it spiked down to liquidity again. No, that was a good move. That was a good move. We talk about that on one of the devotionals where it was when Jesus was 12 years old. He went to the temple, and the teachers, he was listening and asking questions to the teachers. The next verse, the teachers are listening to him and asking questions, and it's a sign of supernatural acceleration. But I love to see that in the group. They're like individuals that will listen, learn, and then next thing you know, they're doing your strategy better than you are. Yeah, love it. Good job. Here we go.
Man, US 30 ran.
it did.
Yeah, I got in late on it. I was in this down here, and just a little dip down, I hit it at break even and got out. I wish I would have held that position.
From that area.
Let's flip through. NQ's doing the same thing.
Yep.
It was the breakout, and I just love that retest. Like, you don't really have to time it. Like, let that happen. Here's the retest. You can get in right off that retest and take it to the upside. S&P, same thing, and gold did a retest as well and headed to the upside. And that's kind of like what I was thinking with like, there isn't any economic news drivers that should push these down.
Mm-hmm.
And so why is it falling is the question. And so now we're going to see it broke the last lows over here, or the last highs. We broke through that, which shows intention. Now, I don't like this wick that's happening now. So
it might be coming back to test VWAP from the upside. To push up.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Find support.
Yeah, building the case.
Yeah, there's a 1 minute shark fin.
To the downside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should have moved it to break even and got a cheaper price. I think I still can. Because I don't like my price here. If it comes down to VWAP, I could enter in there a little bit cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
A lot of buyers in here.
yeah.
A lot of buyers.
Well, as we watch the buyers fight, we're starting to get exhausted a little bit, I see. We need that surge. Come on. No volume. We're right at that deflection point that you were pulling up a couple days ago, Dustin, when those ranges that have a lot of orders and volatility.
Oh, yeah.
It's right where we're at right now.
I feel like NAS is pushing for VWAP too.
Yeah, it's almost there.
And so is S&P. Well, no, S&P is kind of slow today. I'm gonna leave her alone.
Yeah, but it will probably make it up there. My position got liquidated. We're coming down to lower price.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to see if I liquidated at break even, just so we can see this these lower time frame shark fins start to come down and even out and come into alignment with what the higher time frames are saying. Is really what I'm looking for. So that was the original position, but now we can get a cheaper position.
There's the test, the first test on VWAP, US 30.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then if you look at that 15-minute handle, There's a lot of wicked exhaustion right now. It's about 4 minutes left on it.
Yeah.
And it wicked off of a sell fair value gap on the 15-minute.
Yeah, it doesn't. It does look good for sales. This may give back all of that long effort. May be given back right here, and then we'll change the bias and head to the downside. Look at that 5 minutes is barely moving. That shark fin's barely moving.
I missed that 1 minute shark fin. That was the play to go down. That would have definitely hit 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a 25. I caught a little bit of that.
Yeah.
I just
Good.
did a quick 500 on it, but I didn't catch that. But that was a really good shark fin.
Yeah, that was the play because it had it was a shark fin, it was an engulfing candle, it bounced off the sell fair value gap. There was a lot of things lining up for that sell.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm keeping the same idea. I just bought it at a cheaper price right now than what it was at before.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see the economic news coming out saying that indices should be pushing down right now.
Right.
Yeah, I've been looking. I don't see any factors right now. I just over the bigger, geopolitical stuff, but that's not real time right now.
So I originally bought it at the 800 up here. It came down, so I got a discounted. I liquidated that position at break even, got a discounted price a little lower at 38,995, 39,000.
Nice.
And still a small amount. Nedra, I haven't put on the 100 contracts on this yet. You let me know when you see something that I should.
I am not taking. Do we put the disclaimer up today? I'm not taking responsibility of that.
I just said that's double risk.
No parts of that. Yeah. And then watch it fly.
Did you, Nedra? Did you take that buy shark fin on the 1 minute?
Yeah, I'm in it.
I already knew it. I knew you were.
Yep. See, I was like, I'm not no longer waiting for the you to report the results. I'm just gonna time. I like Nedra's in this. I'm in this.
I'm in this.
Yeah.
I'm watching it because it's also like in a sell fair value gap, so I'm a little iffy about it. So
yeah, sitting right there in the middle of that sell fair value gap.
So I hate taking buys in the sell fair value gap. I'd rather take it in the buy one. I'm probably gonna move my stop up.
Yeah, right now I just know that I don't have a stop.
Who needs stops?
Stops? What are those?
Well, they're suggestions anyways, right? I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
People out there in TV land, do not listen.
Right.
Oh, man.
Need a stop.
Yes, always.
Always have a stop. And so I am going to put a stop on.
Tamisha is correct. On the edge, living on the edge.
Dangerous. Dangerous and trading should not be in the same city.
Right. Two different conversations.
Yeah.
All right. I'm probably going to get long on the close of this on NAS.
Okay.
In the next round of close of the 5 minute candle here. I waited for the 8:30 to 8:45 range to form first. Shake out everything. But we'll see. But I like the longs here.
Oh, that was a good buy. That breakout and retest down here.
Yeah.
That was looking nice.
What was that? 4 to 1, 5 to 1?
Yeah. And this is what I liked about the evolution of the strategy is that we would have missed out on these moves when we first started. Just trading shark fins divergence, it doesn't telegraph the bottom of these longer moves because TDI is saying sell right now. But just with the evolution of, or our understanding, the evolvement of our understanding changing a little bit, where you can start to say, okay, it's not necessarily signaling entry areas, but it's saying how much volume and momentum is in the market, and you can time it and use it that way accordingly. I like the way that it telegraphs that for us.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
It's definitely like Tetris. Like you gotta piece it all together.
You really do. You really do. Because it's a lot of different things saying stuff. You just got to bring all those pieces together and make it make sense.
Yeah. And usually, like when I lose a trade, when I look back, I'm like, I missed that one thing that didn't, make sense.
Yeah. You still in, Nedra, or you?
Yeah, I'm still in.
Okay.
NAS is coming up the daily VWAP, or not daily, but the session VWAP. Just.
I don't like how it just bounced off that 800.
Yeah. So that's why I asked if you were still in.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that it's in the sell fair value gap, and
yeah, it could be liquidating us all.
I don't really like this trade. So let's just say that.
It's bucket plane.
I'm not feeling it.
So confession, I got in the trade too. But I got in. I got in late though, and then I was like, "What are you doing? You got in late." So I got out at break even.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I'm still holding on for dear life here.
Yeah, you should be in profit though.
No, I'm at break even right now.
Oh, okay.
Like this is like this space is what I'm used to. Where we're currently at, because it just makes sense that this whole, if it doesn't, and this was just liquidation, then we can look back at it and understand it that, okay, this was support where we retested as resistance and then it created a low. Okay, we get that. But, this is legitimately a bottom. The bottom was put in, it was retested. You got a momentum candle, and we haven't given back this move yet. And so this is still in play. And so is it going to end up positive in the next hour or so? And things are, you're not risking too much to let this play out. Right now with my risk, I'm risking $186 to make 774, and it still looks like it's within the right range to make a move. It's like this is normally how it's gonna move up, and then you're gonna get a slight retracement, then it's gonna move up, get a slight retracement, and it's gonna continue to do that. So just letting this play out and see what happens with. Oh, that was a great move on NQ.
Yeah, I'm in it.
You're in it?
In that one?
Yes, I am.
Nice. This is nice.
Yeah,
I was worried about it breaking VWAP or rejecting at VWAP. That's kind of what my concern was, but
now it's support now.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm in here. I'm not in 100 contracts though.
You would like to be, but no.
Yes, in my heart.
What you went in 99? Like
No. No, I'm between the different accounts. I mean, it's relative, right? So I'm trading 6 accounts. So I'm
at
in
the same time.
Yes.
So are you using a copy trader?
Yes.
The pressure.
Yep. Nice.
I just look at one account though. I'm not looking at the other ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's relative.
Yeah, that's one thing I haven't done is added any copy traders to yet. So it's like individual moves is at a snail's pace right now.
No, absolutely. I think, honestly, if I can do it over again, I would still use the copier, but segment them 3 in one strategy, 3 in another strategy, and kind of play it like that. That way I'm not exposing risk to everything all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's good.
Let's see.
All right. You got to do like the rest. US 30 just wants to be different.
It is like not playing fair right now.
It wants to be different. Yeah.
I'm gonna cut my losses there.
What do you think about the sales on this? Are you interested in sales on NQ now, or you holding the buys?
I think it has a little bit more room to go. I'm in on the buys now, but I think eventually it'll get up to the sales. We haven't actually. Let me zoom out. It's interesting because the way this has, if you look at the 4-hour time frame and I just look at the kind of how it's moving. I don't actually use it for the analysis perspective, but 4-hour, you can see how it drained all of that downward pressure.
Yeah, that's a lot of wick action.
Yeah. So I feel like that's the energy that is on right now, and I feel like we have a little bit more room to go, but not for the rest of the day. It rejected yesterday off of a 4-hour supply block a little bit higher off the swing from what day was that? That was April 15th. April 15th. That on that Monday, that up candle created in a down move that created a block, and it rejected yesterday and not pushed down. But now the fact that it didn't like tank and now it's just dried up all that liquidity here in the last 4 hours, to me, just kind of means it has a little bit more room to go, but doesn't mean we're going to break out and clear out that order block from yesterday. So I'm still bullish on it for now, but I'm cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic.
Yep.
That's like I'm with it, but if you show me something different,
right, we go.
Yeah,
I'm out. And then
that's
the other thing that
candle on the hour.
Yeah,
that looks crazy. And look at that shark fin just beginning. That's going up.
Yeah. I think it's definitely going to contest these highs from yesterday. Maybe not today. Maybe over the next couple of days. But yeah, I think we're still having to. I don't think the market has decided that it wants to actually continue to go lower at this point. So
yeah, there's no reason to right now. It's there's really no reason to go low. All right, we're still rocking US 30.
Hey Dustin, little sidebar. Any update on your futures algo?
It works. It's running. The one issue that I'm running into is pricing difference. So when I'm building these out and I'm kind of running the codes in TradingView or in another software I use, it'll produce the results based on the data it has, and then you go to forward test and put it in the real market, and it'll get in slight differences. Like it'll get in a little early or a little later than what you wanted to. So that's what I'm working out right now. Is the slight differences. So we're there. It's funny you say that because it's the first algo that I'm working on here in the future spaces is a scalper.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So even the algos are going to scalping.
Yep. It's just the season. It's the season to scalp. So
I'm going to join the bandwagon here pretty soon.
Yeah. And then I have another one I'm working on. So it's not even in beta. It's just still in development. So it'll be soon. I'm hoping in a few weeks we'll have some beta out so we can get some testers going. So
what do you think about we're just really algos has been out there for a while, but we're really scratching the surface of what algos are going to do. And what do you think about it being economized to the everyday trader, or even someone that doesn't even trade, to off the shelf buy this and now I'm a trader? You think we're headed there yet, or close to it?
It's out. It's a good question. I think the space we're in, they call them, a lot of these prop firms call them off the shelf or third party algos, where producers are creating them, and then people can purchase them. The problem is there's this factor called we know all about trading edge, but there's a dissolving factor in every strategy, and it's not because the strategies aren't good or don't have long-term longevity. It's because after a while market conditions change and algos don't adjust. We as humans adjust, we see it, we learn, we comprehend, but an algo is set up to trade a specific environment. If the environment changes, then you get those diminishing returns. And so I don't think we'll get, unless we get an AI that has not AI but a machine learning algo where it can take everyday data with a little bit more weight to the current information and then apply it to the outcome of the strategy, saying, hey, I'm noticing a pattern that if we just change our stop loss to this, or we take our take profit to this, then we'll be a little bit more profitable. Until we get there, I think we'll still just use algos as tools and support.
But you don't think we're close to that? Like, and think about big name companies. Say Google. You know, Google makes a machine learning algo for the everyday person.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll so if you put what these billion-dollar quant funds have, where they already are working on that machine learning, they already have that in their portfolio. Mm-hmm. If it's available to the everyday, then it will automatically change the market conditions, because now everybody will then be doing something the same way, and it'll shift the way that they trade. And now the quant funds then have to adjust their way, and now the market then shifts again. So I think it'll be available very, very soon to the masses and to the public. But I think it's going to be always ongoing, evolving, because it's the cause and effect. Even if you throw out the geopolitical things, even if you throw out the elections and stuff like that, traders looking at what levels of supply and resistance, as opposed to hedge funds coming in and looking at it differently, that's going to be always a back and forth, just like the tide. So
yeah,
I think it'll be here. I think it's very soon that we see that at the masses level, but it's just those developers, and even myself, we're going to have to continually update, evolve, backtest, and continue to grow that.
Yeah, is that something like how often do you have to touch it? Is something like it's ongoing development, like always, or?
Yeah, that's a good question. It really depends on how aggressive the strategy is. So if the lower time frame is, you're constantly having to adjust because you're getting sample sizes of maybe 3 months, and then the market shifts quarterly. But if you're looking at swing trading or holding trades longer, then you don't have to adjust as much. If your risk is a lot smaller, if you're a little more conservative of a trader, I know some traders who run algos, they don't have to touch it. They look at the end of the year, and some other ones are looking, every 6 weeks. So it really depends on the strategy. But the lower the time frame on that strategy, the more often you have to kind of revisit the current market conditions and make slight adjustments.
Yeah.
So.
That's good.
Yeah, it's just it sounds complicated in a way, but it's just like journaling. You take your trade, you journal, you're like, oh, I didn't think about this. I could add this, like adding VWAP. It's like that adds a really good edge to my strategy. It's just the same concept. It's just you're letting the computer pull all the data for you instead of you going back testing manually.
Yeah. Hey, on this, I'm starting to look at shorts on this. I moved my deal to break even.
Yeah.
On US 30. I want to see if this level closes, or how this level closes on US 30, if we're going to break this or not. So I just moved it to break even just in case the buyers get exhausted, but we're starting to get divergent on the 15-minute. This is support that we've broken, but we haven't been able to close above it. And so I'm looking to see if we're going to stay flat below this level. And if so,
it's listening to you, Tim.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, it's the exhaustion. This next candle. Okay, so now we closed above it.
A new candle, yeah.
Yeah, now we closed above it, and that's what we're waiting to see. But I got my stop just at break even. And you know what? These trend lines, if you look at it, I mean, you can do this and say that, well, this is really the trend line for support. So technically, we haven't really reached that. Still like the buys, but just protecting is what I'm saying. I'm protecting the trade. So my stop is at break even, and we'll follow it up. And I may, when in very light, I'll look to see where we're going to take some partials at. We'll start to set those limits of where we're going to take partials at. So maybe right here would be a good place to start considering some partials.
Yeah, I ended up in 2 trades. I took 2 buys, and then but I'm closed out now, so I'm done.
Nice. So hit the 1250. Hit the 1250.
Yeah, I hit the 1250, and then I did less risk, so half of that. So
Nice.
on the 12. But now
We're getting some exhaustion on US.
yeah, now it's in that area where I'm like,
Yeah, I'm starting to consider this. I think I'm gonna close out a majority of my position and leave some runners on. So I'm gonna close out at 8 positions, and then I got the runner. So I got 4 runners on just in profit. So we're making money today, which is always a good thing.
Yes. Instead of donations.
yeah, I went into that second position because the first one the first trade that I took a small loss. So I was like, I revenge traded.
It was calculated revenge, right? It was a plotted, premeditated revenge.
Call it what it is.
But where you got in, I'm sure it was a good spot though, because it didn't come back down and give another 1 minute shark fin, but it came close to that band, and I figured that's where. Yeah,
because I got out when it dipped down, but then I ended up getting right back in. So I'm like, I should have just stayed in it for the first.
I was close to hitting that button on that retest of that area.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're dialed into US 30 today, and NQ really. We had its numbers, so it tried to fake us out a little bit.
It did.
It wicked around, but we got it under control. Yeah, so now we're starting to see the slow move, but that is really, we've been trading 2 15-minute candles at open, and so for the last half hour, we've hit our profit targets, and I'm just gonna check on a few things over here on this other screen to see where I'm at on the day.
Yeah, I got to run, guys. I'll still be kind of taking a look at the markets here and there. Not quite at my goal for the day, so I do need to catch at least one 1250 trade for the day, and then I'll be satisfied. So.
Okay, so are you looking at anything in particular?
Just US 30.
Okay.
I've kind of zoned all the way into US 30. I may look at NQ a little bit, but yeah, I'll be looking at US 30.
Nice.
Yeah, same.
Well, have a good one. I think I hit my profit target for the day, and I know Nedra has as well.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, so I guess I would say the that I'm done trading for the day, but everybody knows that's gonna be a lie. let's just put it out there. Everybody knows that that's not true.
Context, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be trading again today.
So you're done for now.
I have an appointment today, so I'm forced to stop.
Yeah. I have a dentist appointment, but that's at like 6 p.m. So I got plenty of time to trade. So I like, and so I think we're gonna end the call and for today. Dustin, where are you at on the day?
Yeah, I'm actually up in profit. I'm not far from my take profit now. I'm only looking. I was only looking for about 120 ticks on this trade, so I'm roughly about 80 ticks up. So just a few more moves.
Only 120 ticks.
Well, NQ moves a little different than US 30, so that's the only reason why it's not that. But yeah, so I'm gonna kind of hold this, see what happens. Stops at break even. If it comes back, I'll be done. But Tim's already.
No, I'm closing. I'm closing out of. I'm closing out of the trades. I'm closing out of these trades. So,
Paris, I hope you find your one. I hope you find your one today.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. And I'm up close to 1,000 on the day.
Nice.
So,
good.
Yeah. So, good trades. Good trading today. Everyone's making money.
I'm at 1,400, so I'm good.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that was with the loss, so that's good.
Cool. Well, we'll call it a day. We just passed that 9 o'clock hour. We'll call it a day. Good trading today. It was a good Wednesday, especially for the market trying to fake us out.
Right.
So
for sure.
They try to make us go short, and we're like, nope, we're going long. So
it was
good
fun.
job. Good job.
I will see you guys in the morning.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dustin, are you coming back on in the morning?
I believe I can tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I have some time tomorrow. Yeah, I can come back tomorrow.
We like your insight.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, everyone. Well, have a good one. Appreciate everybody jumping on. We'll see everybody in the Discord and definitely on the call tomorrow.
For sure.
Take care.
All right. Thanks, chat.